Good morning, everyone, and welcome to an especially spooky episode of Math and Silly Hats. Today we're going to be identifying numbers as integers or non-integers, especially spooky because my virtual background keeps flickering in and out. Let's get into it. So here we are in ALEKS, and today we're going to be identifying different numbers we're given as either integers or non-integers. Now, first we may ask, well, what's an integer? Let's look at the explanation. So integers here are shown as negative, positive, and zero counting numbers. In other words, whole numbers and their negatives. No decimals, no fractions. So let's look at each of these values and determine whether it's an integer. For this evaluation, I'm going to be using the Desmos calculator that I have linked online. It's the same calculator you'll be able to use on the state test. Here we are in the Desmos calculator. Our first value is negative 63 over 9. So in Desmos, I'm going to type negative 63, and then to make the division bar, I'm going to type the forward slash, and then you'll notice I automatically get a denominator, over 9. That's equal to negative 7, and negative 7 is a counting number, or it's negative. So our next value is negative 24 over 8. So our numerator is negative 24, use that forward slash, over 8. And we see that that is equal to negative 3, another integer. Our next number is negative 62.89. That's obviously a decimal, so this will not be an integer. Then negative 85, well, that's already an integer. And finally, 1/2, which is not an integer. Let's show one more since this went relatively quickly. Here we have negative 25.14. This is not an integer because integers cannot have decimals or fractions. Negative 8 over 9, we know that is already simplified. There's no common factors to the numerator and denominator, so that is a fraction, cannot be an integer. Negative 35 is an integer. 59 is an integer, no fractions or decimals here. And then finally, negative 49 over 7. So in Desmos, negative 49 over 7. We see that is equal to negative 7, though that is an integer. We would mark yes, an integer, yes, an integer. Because this simplifies to a number without a fraction or decimal, yes, this is an integer. And then these contain a decimal, so not an integer, is a fraction that cannot simplify to a number without a fraction, not an integer. Thank you so much. I hope this has been helpful, and now you're able to tackle these problems on your own in ALEKS. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye!